After the wedding, in the heavenly spiritual realm Righteous Alliance, some elders were talking about the recent rampage of the demon domain. They said that the demons were left by the heavenly demonic sect, and they discussed the beheading of our beloved waifu Luo Wu King. Their leader, Emperor Ning Tian, asked them about their plan and how it was going. The two elders, Shu of Jianmei and Elder Tian Feng, said that their plan was already ready, and they were just waiting for his order. They slandered our waifu and our MC, and mentioned that she suddenly got married to a good-for-nothing handyman. He said that he had also heard about that, and that the rat Guangshu had contacted him recently. He said that Guangshu had a report to give him, and asked the two elders to listen to it together. He got his spiritual item, the psychic gem, and the rat showed up. He said that there was a huge incident in the demonic sect. The rat was panicking, and his leader asked him what the problem was and why he was so nervous. The rat said that our waifu had deceived them all, and said that the person she married was not a piece of trash but a peerless genius among geniuses. The two elders were shocked to hear that, and said that they knew it wouldn't be that simple. The rat explained everything to them. He said that our MC name was Ning Tian, and that he claimed to be a useless handyman. He said that he did what he ordered him to do, and made Lin Xiao Yao, the third prince, have a duel with him. But who would have guessed that he was not a trash, and that he defeated the virgin prince with just one palm? He said that our MC learned the palm skill in just one day, and had a saintly word and advice. With just one word of their MC, everyone's hearts were broken. The two elders said that to achieve that was a legendary miracle, and they sensed that the man had something. It was a big deal for them and their plan. Their leader broke the spiritual gem. He was so angry, and he needed to find out the details about our MC. They needed to ensure that the demonic sect was eradicated, or they would all be in trouble. Now, in the Empress's bedroom, the two of them seemed shy and quiet. Our MC was thinking that everyone in the palace hall had reacted to his godly physique when he used the charm aura. But our waifu didn't react at all. He wondered why it wasn't working. Our waifu was combing her hair, and our MC felt a sensation that his body needed one more round. But he said to himself that he needed to focus and wake up. He said that he became her husband out of nowhere, and that if the system hadn't come around, he didn't know how miserable his life would have been without it. He wondered if his waifu would visit him in the future, and if he wanted to gain a foothold in this world, he needed to use his power. He ordered his system to activate the charming physique. He couldn't control his virtue, but anyway, after he activated his charm physique, he approached her. He thought that since no one else was around, he must try to shock her again. He wanted to see if it was the same as during the day when they did it. He called her, and she asked him what it was. He said that a moment of a single spring night was worth thousands of pieces of gold, and that they should do what they needed to do. She said to him that he knew that he had a special physique, and that his power could attract some little girls, but that his skill couldn't handle her. He was so sad because he failed, and he said that he was right, that his waifu's heart had reached an indestructible level. But she was removing her clothes, and he noticed it. He was so surprised about it. He couldn't believe that the second round would happen right now. She approached him, and said that if he wanted to do it, he couldn't, because he couldn't suppress her anymore like last time. She walked to the bed, and he asked her why it was. She said that he could try if he wanted, and she tempted him to do it. He cast some spell, and he fell into the trap. He said that for the sake of his dignity, he would prove himself to her right now. He was so excited, but he felt something locking him. He asked her what she did to him. She said that it was nothing, and that she was suppressing him with a little bit of her aura. She told him that he needed to sleep standing tonight. He was shocked, and demanded her to let him go. He said that they couldn't complete it like that, and that they needed to fight on the bed with real sword and gun, like a real couple. She ignored his nonsense words, and after hours passed by, he seemed tired and sleepy. He thought that she wasn't planning to let him go today, and that the gap and difference between them was too big. He said that he needed to just practice, because sooner or later he would let her know that the world was big, and the earth was big, and that he was the biggest. So he started to cultivate, and his cultivation level increased by threefold. After that night, he went outside to breathe some fresh air, and said that his wife was so annoying and ruthless, because she made him stand the whole night, and because he cultivated all night, he reached the 7-star Black Warrior level, but he was still only an upgrade of a 1-star. He was not fast enough to become strong, and to suppress his wife, while the system popped up telling him that he could choose a place with abundant aura to cultivate. He thought of such a place that had abundant aura nearby, based on his memories. So our MC went there. In the primary cultivation ground, all the aura of the heavenly demonic sect was gathering there, and it was perfect for him, as it could accelerate his cultivation speed. Our MC was absorbing all the aura there, and all the sect members were talking about him, saying that the Empress's husband was cultivating there. They wondered if they had always said he was trash, but they were so surprised that our MC was absorbing the aura so quickly. Others said that he was clearly a genius. Our MC did not expect that the aura of the cultivation ground would be so abundant and pure, and said that it was truly extraordinary. But he said that it was still not enough for him, and he was totally disappointed. When they saw this and heard what he said, they were so shocked and could not believe it. They said that all the aura around was slowly entering his body, while our MC seemed to be increasing his cultivation. He released his tenfold cultivation power, and he was so eager to level up. Now our MC was absorbing all the aura so fast, and because of that, all the members who were cultivating in that place were alerted and thought that there was an earthquake. Others said that it was the husband of their Empress Ning Tian who was absorbing the aura of the whole cultivation ground. The system rewarded him for shocking them with a water dragon step, and this skill was increasing. He successfully activated it, and he wondered that with this new skill that he acquired, he would have no problems making his entry and exit. Now he had a lot of aura stored in his body, but he realized that without an additional skill, his strength had not improved at all. As he was leaving, all of them were amazed. But before he left, he asked this girl where the techniques of their sect were located. She said that they were at the scripture depository, and she said that it was actually the day of opening. She informed him that there were so many techniques there, while she called him patriarch. Our MC thanked her and asked why she called him patriarch, because our MC was still a young man, in his early 20s, and wondered how he could be someone's patriarch. The girl was so shy and said that it was according to their sect's rule, that the one who married the Empress would become the patriarch of their sect. Our MC said that the patriarch sounded too old, so he told her that she should think of him as her older brother, and that it was better and more fitting for him to be called that. Oh boy, you won't believe it. This little girl was lustful, and felt pleasure with just a word. But anyway, she was so happy, and all the males of their sect were so envious of him. Our MC said that he would not disturb their cultivation training anymore, and he would take his leave, but they complained that the aura had already been sucked dry by our MC, so how could they train? Now in the heavenly sect scriptura depository, our MC felt refreshed, and asked this guy if they all wanted to enter the depository because it was a long queue, and it would last until the horse months of the year. The guy said that this depository was full of techniques and skills that successful leaders had searched for all their lives, and it was not surprising that there would be a queue for 3 days and 3 nights. But then he suddenly realized that it was their patriarch, so he shouted so loud that their patriarch was here. All the girls approached him and crowded him, while all the girls said that he was so handsome and they wanted to marry him. All of them were addicted to him. This guy said that our MC was indeed very charming, and not only did he marry their Empress, but he also captured the hearts of many of their female disciples. The others were angry and envious of him, and said that they wished they could have 1/10 of our MC's charisma. But suddenly this elder appeared and asked what the commotion was happening there. He said that they were so noisy in front of the depository, while using an intimidating aura. He asked them what they were doing, while all of them said that it was the old man, the elder Gu Yan. All of them, and all the girls, ran away, and our MC's happiness was gone. Now the elder said to him that he was known to be old-fashioned and strict, and he said that he was sent to the depository because he had contradicted the Empress, and said to him that if she stared at him, he would surely be left with nothing. I thought he would teach our MC, but he actually respected him, and said that he, Gu Yan, greeted him as a patriarch. All of them could not believe what they were seeing, that the old ass had become a good pet. And our MC did not expect this either. The elder also said that our MC was so famous in their sect, and his strength was unfathomable. It was normal for him to be impressed by him. He gave the token to our MC, saying that it was a key to access all the floors of their depository, and he could view or access everything. Our MC was thankful and happy, and thought that, how could this elder be so strict? If he handled things very well with him, our MC asked him, that he just needed to hold on to that ancient plate for now. The elder asked for forgiveness for his insolence, and said that the higher he went, the higher level of the skills were, and correspondingly, the requirement for the strength was also higher. He wondered which floor our MC would go to, but in the blink of an eye, our MC disappeared in front of him, and the elder was shocked by that. Our MC said to him, while leaving, that he wanted to go to the 5th floor. All of them were shocked, and could not believe that our MC was going to the 5th floor. They thought that even the most outstanding disciple could only go to the 4th floor, and except for their Empress, the Great Elder, and the Supreme Elder, no one else had been to the 5th floor. The elder thought that our MC was so worthy of being their patriarch, who broke many Tao hearts with one word. He said that he was indeed unfathomable. Now our MC was there. He said that there was a mountain of aura in his body, so naturally he had to choose the best techniques for himself. While entering inside, he felt that he was in another dimension. He wondered about the black rank technique, star-absorbing skills, and the elementary earth rank technique, thunderbolt technique, electricity mastery, spiritual vein, opening. These were intermediate skills, like the earth-ranked technique, heavenly spirit skill, auxiliary aura absorption speed. These were appropriate skills for the opening of meridians that allowed aura to flow to his body. The more spiritual veins, the faster the aura flowed, and also the strength increased. That was all the aura in his body right now. So he said that he had to choose the best technique, but he said that it could only open up a dozen spiritual veins at most. And he said that it was far from enough. He saw the most attractive scroll technique, and he grabbed it quickly. He said that it was an advanced earth-ranked technique, the demonic king technique, and it was what he needed the most. He was so happy to obtain it. He activated his tenfold comprehension to learn that skill, and it was pouring into his body. He fully comprehended it, and a large aura burst out of his body. Because of that large amount of aura, it spread outside, and all of them were shocked. They asked if their patriarch had found an amazing technique, and they wondered what skill it was to cause such a strong aura. The elder called him using a sound transmission to confirm if our MC was okay inside. Our MC asked why the elder was calling him. The elder said that through the rule in their depository, the ancient plate allowed the one inside to communicate with the outside world, so he used it. Because of the sudden occurrence, he was so worried that our MC had encountered a problem. Our MC replied to him that there was indeed a problem, because too few spiritual veins had opened. The elder said to him that he did not need to be depressed, because it was normal. He said that if he opened more than 10, it was good. Our MC said that there was still more than half of the aura left, and he said that he had opened 100 of them. The elder was shocked, and said that the limit of the demonic king technique was 100 veins, and only a heavenly being could achieve that. He was so surprised that he could actually do it in just 30 minutes, and he said that his comprehension skill was incredible. The system popped up again and rewarded him for shocking the elder. He got the god's record. That could unlock the godly physique,